Okay, guys, welcome back to the show. And I have a returning guest, a fella that was on a long, long time ago when I started this thing up, and he was lucky enough to give me an opportunity to interview him. I think in episode 25. I think we're on episode maybe 275 now. It's Fozzy guitarist, Mr. Billy Gray. Thanks for coming back, man.
Hey, dude, thanks for having me again, man. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. So look, we the last time we caught up, it was before even all the COVID stuff and the two shows you guys played over here. And I don't know, like if you knew how close your show was to being cancelled here last year, not last year, the year before, when all this COVID stuff was going on. Everyone had to be vaccinated to go in. It was just a crazy fucking time. Like, how did you get through that moment? Because I know it was very difficult for musicians and your world was kind of shut down, really.
Yeah, through that moment right there, excuse me. Well, when we got to Ireland, we got to the border. We came over on the ferry. We got to the border, and something was wrong um, with the carnet. You have to have a carnet with every piece of gear that you have. So something was wrong with it. So we ended up having to stay at the border for a while, and it's just like, oh god. So we finally got away. Got through that because the border people were very nice and very patient and did their job very well. So we got through that. We got to the venue, and they threw another COVID test. So our tour manager, she had to scramble to find a place for us to do it, and we scrambled to go get it done, and all kinds of stuff, dude. So
Wow.
we were actually really glad to be able to play the show because we always love playing Ireland. Oh my God, we love the crowds there. So, dude, we went through some, it is what it is, and we went through what we had to do, and ended up having to, had some great shows.
Yeah, yeah. And like last year was really good. Well, I keep saying last year, but last year is like last month, but you know what I mean. So like it's
Yeah, yeah,
2023 now, but the 2021 show was at a really good time over here because everything was kind of closed. And even after you
yes,
guys played, there was no nightclubs to go afterwards. Everyone was made to go home because I was supposed to be doing a kind of an after party for the fans and stuff. We didn't even get to do that. So that was a
ah,
real shame. But then you guys came back in December again, twice within a calendar year.
yes,
Massive UK tour in bigger venues.
yes.
What's it been like just to come back and go to all these bigger venues in such a small window as well? Because normally it could be maybe 2 years or 3 years before you guys come back again.
Well, it was really cool, dude, because the UK. We always look at it kind of as the second home for Fozzy, other than America. So to come back, actually in the same year, and be able to, or not the same year, but you know what I'm saying,
Same
to come
physical
back
year.
and, yeah,
Yeah,
within that window of time. So to come back and play those good venues and the bigger venues and the crowds be there, oh my God, it was special, very special.
yeah, yeah.
And
And
yeah, we loved it, dude.
how did you get on in Australia? Because they were kind of an even stricter country than we were. That tour was put off a load of times, and you finally got to go over. What was that like?
Oh, dude, that was a very the all the shows were awesome. All of them were. And as far as the country, I mean, honestly, they were pretty open, like very open. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
In that
yeah.
sense of there was no not a lot of people wear masks and stuff like that. They was very open. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. But the shows were killer. They were the best ones we've had over there. And we
Mhm.
look forward to going back there as well.
Yeah. I'm just going to show a little clip from Dublin.
Okay.
I could keep going. I could just play the whole thing, but you guys as a band, right? If this makes sense to you, okay? I feel that you guys haven't even reached your peak yet. And when I look at other bands, okay, you'll say that maybe Metallica didn't top the Black Album according to people and stuff like that. But I feel that you guys are making better records, and it's not to dismiss the old records, but I just think that you're making better records as time goes along. Do you feel that as a band?
I do because the last two records, actually last three records, we started with Johnny Andrews on "Do You Want to Start a War." He did "Lights Go Out" and a couple other songs on that.
Yeah,
But
very good
then
songs.
on the Judas record and this past record, Boombox, he wrote and produced the whole record. So as far as like lyrics and melody and stuff like that, he and Rich and Chris did. But him as a producer opens up just so much of what the band needed to move forward. So yeah, I think that was kind of like a new beginning, and the best is yet to come.
Yeah. And what way
And
do you? What do you?
to not to take away from the song on Boombox, the worst is yet to come, which I really love the song.
You guys, what do you think the main difference is between you guys now and you guys back then in terms of like records?
Well, we've done a lot of touring. We've played with a lot of bands. We've played with a lot of festivals. We've worked with a great producer. You know, I mean, and that changes you. That makes you better. That makes you pay. That makes you learn from others. Most importantly, so I think that's the deal with that.
Yeah. And you guys, of course, since we last talked, I talked to Frank, and then he left Fozzy.
Yeah.
And how is Grant settled in? It seems like he's always been in the band, like with Grant and PJ there now, and you guys. It just seems like you kind of, again, not to dismiss old members, but you kind of have the
No, no.
perfect combination now.
Yeah, we have a great combination. You know, Grant is a he's a we've known him for years. He his band Through Fire toured with us back a few years ago, so we got to know him really good then. And he's also a member of Guardians of the Jukebox with Rich Ward. So
Yeah,
I mean, dude, he just came in and just nailed everything and just fits right in. Along with PJ. PJ came in like a pro and a champ as well.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
hey, check this out. If you hear some weird noises over here, I got this 16-year-old pug on the couch, my little doggy. So he's
Okay.
over here getting pissed off right now because he hears me talking. You hear that? He
Yeah,
hears me talking. So yeah, just ignore it right now. So if we can. And if I have
yeah,
to, I'll take him upstairs. But right now I'm gonna let him chill.
yeah, yeah. No, he's just wants more attention. I think that's all.
Yes, yeah. I mean, if you look at my latest videos I put up on Instagram and stuff like that, he's the actual star of the video. So, you know, he's getting there, man. He's getting
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So coming up, we've got a huge US tour starting on the 23rd of March and finishing on the
Yeah.
17th of April. You guys are hitting the road again. What can people expect that might be going to those shows that haven't seen you guys in a while? And how does it feel to be going on? I know you guys really put in the work when you go on tour. Like you don't half-ass it, like you go on big long ass tours.
No, we're gonna what they can expect is a fun show with the added production to it. You know, and we got some great openers. We got Seventh Day Slumber coming out with us. We got Nocturnal Affair. So I mean, you know, dude, it's gonna be Fozzy, you know, Fozzy with, you know, moving forward and rocking the house, dude, as we like to do.
Yeah, yeah. And the evolution, Billy, of your audiences has changed over the years as well. Like when I first seen you guys maybe 15, 16 years ago, there would have been a lot of maybe fans that would just know Chris from wrestling and stuff. And
Yes.
ever since the years have kind of moved on now, as well as those maybe wrestling fans that are still there as part of the audience, you've gathered like a really big fan base from just Fozzy's music alone.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And we're glad, you know, us as musicians that, you know, we're a band, you know, so we want people to like the band and that's what it's all about. You know, we're blessed to be in a band with a talented guy like Chris, who's got a great following in wrestling. But and at the end of the day, we just want to be known as a great band that plays good songs and plays good shows.
Yeah, I suppose what I kind of saying is it's not overshadowed by Chris really, it's just it's evolved into a way that, and I think a lot of it came from maybe your commercial radio play in the States as well, which is huge over there. It's not really a big thing in Ireland, but it's great to have your songs on the radio over there as well.
Yes, it is. Radio is a big deal here in the U.S. because I mean, that's where people hear you. And then, we have Spotify now. We have all the different streaming outlets. So, but radio still in the U.S. is a big thing. So it really has helped us a lot.
Yeah. And while we touch on the wrestling, you made your AEW debut as well, playing the
Yes.
guitar for Judas for Chris coming in. What was that like, man? Was that crazy?
Man, that was awesome, dude. I got to tell you, it was just being back there. Me myself, I don't watch wrestling regularly or anything like that. I used to as a child,
Mhm.
but I don't as much anymore. I'm too busy playing and writing and whatever. So anyway, to
Yeah.
be able to go back there and be backstage and see what goes on, it's as Chris puts it, it's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. You got people training, you got doctors in the room treating people. You got seamstresses in there making clothes. You got photo shoots going on. You got meetings going on. You got pre-production. You got all this. I mean, it's incredible. So to be able to go back to be back there and see that going on, and then be able to like walk up those steps to that stage and walk out there with the pyro and all that, it was awesome.
Yeah. Were you nervous doing that?
Oh my God, yeah, I was. I gotta say, I
Really?
was nervous. Yeah, I was. I was definitely.
Is
But
that
that's
kind of
part of the
because I
fun of it.
yeah. Is that because you were on your own? Wasn't Rich supposed to do it with you, but Rich was sick at the time, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Rich was not feeling well at the time, so yeah, doing it on my own. I was like, all right, dude, if you hit one wrong note, it's gonna be, you know what I mean? So, and then, so when the pyro went off, there was a little bit of crackling in my. I had my in ears in, so when the pyro went off, my wireless started crackling and stuff, and I was like, well, don't stop.
Oh.
So and it was so much fun, dude. It was a blessing to be able to do that.
Yeah, good exposure for the band as well, I suppose, like seeing because the
Yes.
wrestling audience is so vast as well and having your music playing is really good for you guys commercially as well, you know. Nice little
Yep.
bonus. The next thing I was going to say, when you guys were here in December, Chris was saying that you're going to come back this year, 2023. Is that still the plan? Are you guys going to come back to the UK and Ireland, do you think, this year?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. I would say
Okay,
so. I don't know any date or time frame, but I would say so for sure.
yeah, yeah. And have you guys got much festivals now lined up for the summertime, or what way are you guys looking?
Not as of yet that I've seen. We're doing this run, and this run's going to be a long one. That's not all the dates on it. The ones that we have up are not all the dates. There's going to be more. We're doing a couple festivals, and that'll take us through like beginning midsummer. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, very good. I just want to talk for a second about. I'll just flash it up on screen here. This is you guys,
yeah,
your tour dates there, and your VIP, which
yeah.
includes your concert ticket now as well, which is not a lot of people are doing. So it's a very good value. But I just want to talk about the VIP because, for example, when I was in Dublin, I was recording for you guys. I see the 9-year-old kid, my friend Tommy, his son Zach, get up and he sing Judas with you, and you guys get to sit there and people get to ask questions. Like it's a really intimate experience. So
Yes.
for people that are thinking about getting a VIP ticket, why should they? You know, and I know.
Okay. Why should they? Because you're going to get to see us play some songs at the VIP that you're not going to see at the show. Okay. Then you get the whole sound check experience. Then you get the chance to hang out with the band by your, with the other VIPs and the band, and you get to ask questions, some personal questions, whatever, as long as they're not too personal, I guess, you get to, you get to interact with us. You get the photo with us, and the whole sound check experience. As a kid, that's what I always wanted to do. So, and I'm so glad that Fozzy's doing it. It's like it's so much fun for us to be able to do it.
hmm And in terms of Boombox, then when we last talked, you were
Yeah.
talking to me about hooks. Hooks are so important in songs, and
Yes,
it's
they
kind
are.
of the same. It's kind of the same in Boombox. You've kind of transitioned on from the Judas album as well.
Yeah.
What's the kind of reception been over there in terms of airplay and just from the fans in general about the Boombox album?
Oh, the Boombox album is done. It's doing really well. I Still Burn did really well on radio here for us, and it's full of hooks, as you know. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, dude, that the album it's been taken really well here, and we play quite a few songs off of it live as well. Especially when we come out this spring on the tour, we're gonna have a lot of songs off of it. So yeah, man, it's been taken really well here, actually,
Mm.
really well.
Yeah. And you guys kind of mixed up the set list within the last year as well. Like there was a few old classics came back in there, like Martin
Yeah.
No More and stuff. Just
Yes.
wondering, one of my personal favorite songs from you guys has always been "God Pounds His Nails." Do you think that could ever return at any point?
Well, dude, you never know. I think what there's talk about it being played at a couple shows coming up just for fun. So I think you might be able to. You might hear that one again at some point. That
Exactly.
one
And
for sure. Yeah.
yeah, and another one would be SOS. But I know you guys like you don't want
You
to throw
never
in
know.
too
You
many.
might. I love that song too. You might hear that
Yeah,
one again as well. You never know, bud. I think
yeah,
Fozzy's a band that can. We have so many songs now. We can start switching them up. For different tours.
yeah. How do you feel about playing covers when you're live as well? Because obviously you do Dirty Deeds now and Relax, and they're both kind of put your own spin on them as well. Like, how do you mind playing covers? Would you rather play originals? Does it matter to you?
Dude, I love playing those covers like that. When we play Relax, I love that song, dude. I'm telling you. I mean, it makes me just like it brings chills to my skin when we play it. It really does. And because it's just such a fun song. So, dude, I love doing the covers our own way.
Hmm. And I think people really like them as well. And that's another thing. If you have casual fans in that maybe haven't seen you guys before, covers is a
Totally.
way of just kind of bringing them together as well, isn't it?
Yes, very, very, definitely, definitely.
What was I going to say? Yes, one question that was asked at the VIP, and this is kind of like a personal story for me. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when I've got a 16-month-old daughter, okay, and when I take my 3-year-old to school, my wife to still be in work. She works nights, so the
Yeah.
next day before I go to work, I get to have a shower, but I have to put the baby to one side. So what does she do? She sits in bed while I go take a shower, and she watches Fozzy from Bloodstock 2018 straight through from the live that's
Wow.
up on YouTube, and she just sits there. And when lights go out, come on, she claps. She knows all the songs. She just sits there, and it's the only thing that keeps her quiet. It's crazy.
Look, keep on playing it then.
Yeah, but my point with it was that would you guys ever consider? I know you got asked at the VIP doing a kind of a live DVD because that's something I think a lot of the fans would like as well.
Would we ever consider it? Oh yeah, I'm sure. Like one day it'll definitely. I would say it'll
Yeah.
happen for sure. Oh yeah.
Well, when I say DVD, I think those things are gone, but a
Or
live a live
a
video
live
performance.
streaming DVD or show. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that'll happen in the future for sure.
yeah. Because you guys done one over the lockdown as well, which I really enjoyed in the studio.
Yeah, yeah, we did definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, so pretty much that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk to you today about.
Cool, bro. Cool.
FozzyRock.com for all your
FozzyRock.com.
information.
Can I talk? Do you mind if I throw a shout out to my boys and Tattoo the Scars and go check
Yes,
that out?
actually, that was something I had down. Tattoo the Scars, and you're playing in a cover band as well, is it?
Yeah, I do a Def Leppard tribute band here at home
Yeah,
just for fun. It's called
let's hear.
Excitable. Yeah. And then yeah, we do that. And yeah, but like my main other project, Tattoo the Scars, is definitely we're gonna definitely start playing some shows and have some things happen hopefully this summer and spring.
Yeah, excellent. And where can people find information, Tattoo the Scars, then just through your own personal social medias as well?
Yeah, yeah. On my own personal social media, you can go to Billy Gray RPG on Instagram, Billy Gray Musician on Facebook, on TikTok, Billy Gray Official, and the same goes for Tattoo the Scars. All that, they're all same platforms for them as well.
Excellent, man. Look, pleasure talking to you again. I know you're a busy guy, and absolute pleasure to have you on today. And I'll see
I've
you in
got a I've
Dublin.
got a 16-year-old pug yelling at me over here. to get him something to eat. So yeah, I'm gonna get him something to eat real quick.
Yeah. I'll see you soon, man.
Hey, thank you, Maurice. Thank you, dude.
Thank you, man.